on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. This is the fall and it's becoming winter, so there's less projects outside. Yet there are still projects outside, but one of the things I need to do is prep my small bedroom in the mobile home to be a greenhouse for the winter, as well as making it be a greenhouse to start my seeds indoors before I put them outside. Because I have a bunch of junk still in that room, I purchased a utility cabinet to put in my kitchen in order to house all of the remodel stuff. Because one thing that I have learned is that if you have a garage and it's winter, some of the remodel stuff is going to harden and you're not going to be able to use it. So I needed a place to store caulk and just liquid glues and things of that nature, and sometimes they're hard as a rock when left out in the workshop or the garage, and I don't want to lose any more stuff. So we're going to be building a utility cabinet today, making more room for the greenhouse inside that mobile home bedroom, putting all of the stuff in an out of sight, out of mind place. So because I do have all of these items that I have nowhere to put inside my house, we're just going to create an out of sight, out of mind storage cabinet for it, and it'll all be hidden behind closed doors and there'll be a place for it. Let's get started on creating that shelving unit. I've got a box right here that we're going to be working from. I've done these DIY videos before, but it is part of my journey, so you guys get to watch me struggle with directions and put it together. So let's get started. Do have this box here. I will be showing you what the cabinet looks like. The spot that it's going to be going, I'm going to be putting these three a little bit over this way. I'm going to be taking this and putting it in my bedroom. This is the cat spot where they eat, but the cabinet is going to be going right here. Maybe I can move the cat stuff over this way, or if I move this stuff over enough this way, all of this will be able to still fit in there with the cabinet in the middle. Now this is my small bedroom. This is the greenhouse that I'm creating that I've made. These two are for sowing the seeds in the spring. However, this whole area right here is remodel stuff that it just sits there. And if I can take all of this out of there, it would help me gain more of an area to use for the greenhouse. Or maybe I can put a small couch or chair there so I can sit in here. We'll see what happens, but this is what we're going to be putting inside that utility cabinet. Maybe not so much those are for my work. I'm going to be doing a project with those, with the Thuja Green Giants. But all the rest of these tools, they could go outside, but there's a lot of caulk and stuff. I've also put it in the cabinet in the kitchen. We'll probably be emptying that out. So we will take all the stuff out of the kitchen cabinets and also put them in the utility cabinet. I am really hoping this solution works because it's the best idea I could come up with. Ooh. Okay, it is like a wood material rather than metal, which I'm kind of grateful for because I just did not want the metal. And I hope it'll be enough room, because if not, then I can keep some of the other stuff that I have in my kitchen cabinet in there, because I had started to put all of the remodel stuff away, but it ended up not fitting. So I'm actually going to show you that right now. Okay, this is the kitchen cabinet that's already in here, and I chose to use the shelves for my chicken stuff is all right here. This is all their medicines, their sprays, anything that they need. Needles, flea stuff, insect repellent, medicines if they get sick. This top shelf is where I started to put some of the remodel stuff. So I could take all that out of there and put it in this new utility cabinet and then gain the space up there for other stuff. Or if I don't have enough room in the utility cabinet, I can keep those things in there, because right now I don't know what else to put in there. I do have more chicken stuff in here. I wish this little area had shelves too, because I feel all of this top is wasted space. So if I could have put a shelf in there, I probably could have avoided getting a utility cabinet. But I mean, even right here, this space is wasted. If I put a shelf right here, that makes 2 layers that I can put stuff on. And I might just do that, but that paneling is so thin that I would probably end up screwing into the back wall. Okay, this is the picture of what we're going to be making. It is, I believe, 4 foot tall, and it's got 2 doors up here, 2 doors up here with a shelf in here. I don't know if these 2 have shelves. I think they might, which would give us more space, and then we have an option maybe to put the shelves in. It does have the middle that connects both top and the bottom, and then it has a shelf in between each of the top and bottom units. So that's good, and I can keep it out if I have taller stuff. Now, of course, this is the tedious part, dealing with all of these small pieces. We've got knobs. These are the magnetic, maybe? I don't know what those are. Screws, 5. Alright, we've got all of our stuff to attach everything with. We have all of our pieces. Alright. We do need a drill. I need 1 or 2 of each of those. These are all of our pieces. Alright, let me go get those other tools and I will begin. Okay, so I am charging the drills just because they didn't have any more power. I did bring a flathead and a Phillips. I brought 2 flatheads. So we're gonna start on this without the drill. Hopefully we don't need it right now. Step 2, it wants us to put on these pieces. Our screws that come with it, they are magnetic. Sometimes you gotta take it apart and put it right back together if you did it wrong the first time. The holes matching up are definitely important. Moving on to number 3. Okay, now we're gonna take C and D, and we're gonna put this is C, and we need another one. Okay, we're going to be taking this piece, exactly no, this way. D goes against this side, but upside down, and that goes in. So glad they give the directions, because if the directions weren't there, I don't think I'd be able to put it together. And these are gonna go like that into these holes down here. And then it's not telling us to put those locking things in place yet. So hopefully that just stays up. Now we're moving on to here. We need we need an A. It's now asking us to put wooden dowel thingies in these holes. Because then we're going to attach this to this bottom piece. Now we are putting the locking pieces in here, which go in these back holes. See these back holes? This goes over the screw that's on the inside coming up from the bottom. This is what we have so far. It is definitely not as big as I thought it was going to be, especially say the width. I thought it was going to be a little bit further out this way, but then again, it's also going to be only 2 of these high. So that's, you know, another 2 feet off of this. And there's a shelf that goes in the middle, so I can't imagine much is going to fit on each shelf, but we will see what happens when the whole thing is put together. Now it wants us to put on the other one of this. All right, this is E and F. These also get these things at the bottom. On the outside. Alright, we got these 2 done. Next, this piece is J, and they want us to put this piece, K, against here with dowels and these numbered ones. So 3 of these and 2 of these. So right here it is saying that I need 6 of these dowels, but I can only see 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 of where they're supposed to go. Oh, I see 3. So that I could put these pieces on. Okay, I found the other 2 spots where they're supposed to go, which is right here. Okay, and then when we connect this dowels bad. I just hope I have room for more of the bigger stuff. Now we're going to be putting on these doors. So we need 16 of these. Let's put those right there. And 4 of these. These are hinges. Or no, we're putting on handles right now. First, I am going to be putting this. Perfect. Now we're going to be using these little bitties. I think they're these. No, 8. So these little bitties to put all of these in. I'm going to get my drill and see if it's charged. Now that our backing is on, I'm going to do the next part, which is putting the hinges on the doors. So I'm gonna do those first before they get attached to the unit. Okay, this is 2 N's and 2 O's. So when these close, they're gonna be closing like this. So the knob will be on the outside. These pieces right here are gonna get screws. We'll get these screws. Now we're going to be putting them on this side. You want this and this to go on here and this flat thing to go down. Now that all of these hinges are on, there's this extra little piece that I have to put up here, and the little screws. Watch me. Now is also when we're going to be putting on the handles. There are 4 of them. Of course, this piece goes in front, and then they also gave us these screws. Just tighten it up, and now there's this there. Okay, now that all of the handles are on, now it's time to put the doors onto the unit. it. Now this right side does seem easier to put on just because I am right-handed, so it's easier to do it with my right hand as opposed to trying it with the left hand. Now we're going to be putting these shelf sitters. They're like shelf screws that go inside the cabinet on the side so that the shelves can fit on them. And now remember, we can take these out if we don't want to use the shelf. If we want this whole section left like that, we don't have to put a shelf in. So we'll see when I start going through the stuff how much stuff fits. If not, then I'll take out a shelf. You hook them to any of these back here. I'm just going to put mine in the middle. Okay. Look at that. That is a really nice cabinet. I'm so glad that it's not metal. It fit together really nicely. It went together really well. It closes nicely. It looks great. I'm just gonna do commercials for Amazon for all the stuff that I've purchased. By the way, I will be linking this utility cabinet in the description below. Now I'm going to make room over here. The cat's scratchers right there, so we don't want to move this stuff too much. I'm just going to clean this whole section right now. I cleaned up this area, moved these over a little bit, and I moved the food over. I do notice there is an outlet that is going to be behind this utility cabinet, but maybe I can move it a little this way, maybe I can move it a little this way. I don't want it in front of the window, so it will probably go against it. If I do need to use it, I could always pull it out a little bit and put a cord behind it, but I haven't used it yet because it's been covered up this whole time. I do think this utility cabinet will fit in this space, so I'm going to drag it over now. Alright, I think that looks good. I'm going to go start getting stuff from the other room. Let's see what we can put in this cabinet. So again, looking at some of the stuff that is here, we can definitely put things like tools and just random little remodel things. I'm sure even extra flooring can fit on there, as well as extra floorboard stuff and paints and all of that. So I'm going to bring some of this stuff over there now. We are making some progress. I did get a bunch of stuff out of this room. I'm going to deal with that basket. None of that stuff's going to be able to fit in there. There's also a bunch of long poles, whether it be curtain rods or cleaning things, or I think that's all there is, mostly curtain rods. I don't know where I'm going to put all those things. There's some rugs here, an air purifier. These things I'll figure out what to do with as well. Coming back into here, this is the extra stuff that did not fit in there. I will probably end up fitting those in there, but this is what we have fit into this space. It's going to be out of sight, out of mind, but it will be everything that I need to get to for remodeling or home maintenance. This I can put in the garage, but all my paint stuff is on that third shelf. There's bigger stuff at the bottom, like a steam cleaner, batteries, paints, and then screws and nuts, bolts, leveler, all that kind of stuff. I could also use the top for storage, but I will definitely need to figure out where to put those two bins and the stuff that's inside of it. We did clear out another box, so that's good. So I think this is going to be a good solution, I'm hoping, because now you can't see any of that stuff that was in there, but it now all has a home, and this will be moved into my room. This did not fit, so I'm gonna have to figure out a place to put that. Now I definitely am gonna have to keep all of that stuff in there, so this will also become basically a utility cabinet. I'm not sure there's much more room in here. I mean, there's a little bit on that top shelf, but I'm gonna save that for if I need to put anything from my junk drawer, because I still have to clean that out. That wasn't too bad. Downsizing can be such a task, especially when you are trying to find room for things that are important in your life, like the maintenance of a home or remodeling, and you don't want to get rid of the stuff and you don't want it to go to waste in the garage or the workshop. So buying that utility cabinet was my option. It doesn't look bad where it's at, still out of sight, out of mind. You can't see any of the stuff, and I will end up getting the rest of the stuff out of that corner in the mobile home bedroom whenever I find a spot for those. They are bigger, so I'm gonna have to figure out where I should put some of those things for storage purposes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and click the notifications bell so you could receive a notification every time I post a new video, which is every Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Okay, so this is the kitchen cabinet that has been in the kitchen. Don't put that. So that, you know, I am bringing, I do have, don't put that. And putting it in the storage container. Don't put that. I gotta figure this one out. Charlie! You be good to each other. Get him! Rocky, get him! Get him, Rocky! Charlie, he's gonna get you. He's gonna get you.